Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode of Fixing Things Brad Has Messed Up, we're going to go ahead and swap out the passenger side tail light of the Jeep Gladiator. It got smashed on a tragic palm tree accident, so we are going to go ahead and swap that out. It should be the same process for a Jeep JL, but we're going to do it on the JT today, and it's a super easy, super simple process. The only tools you're going to need is an 8mm socket wrench. Let's go ahead and get going. Step one of this process, you guessed it, drop your tailgate. Alright guys, so you're going to locate these two bolts in the side of your truck here. We got one right underneath the tailgate cable, and then one just south of that. So we're in America, we're going to use the righty-tighty, lefty-loosey protocol to go ahead and pull these bolts out. Once they're out, I'll show you how to remove the tail light from the truck altogether. Alright, so once the two 8mm screws are removed, don't lose them. We're going to go ahead and give the tail light a firm pull back towards ourselves. It should pop right out. Alright, so once the tail light's popped out, I like to prop it up on the tailgate. And then you're going to find this connector back here. We have a little red switch. We're going to go ahead and pull that out, like so. Push down, and these should just pop right apart. Alright guys, if you're just trying to change your bulbs in your taillight, you don't have to replace the whole assembly. You can just pop these right out, as you can see, and the bulb is affixed in there for the halogen bulbs, and just reinstall them, reinstall the taillight right back the way you came. Alright, we're going to go ahead and reconnect it, just in the inverse of what we already did. If you have some dielectric grease, feel free to go and spread that in there. I don't have any, so we're just going to go ahead and reconnect it. So, reconnect, firm push, you should hear that click, and then go ahead and press that red switch right back in there. From there, we're going to tuck our wiring harness back in. Make sure we have the tail light oriented correctly, and it's going to, you should have two pins right here, and they should go right back into these rubber gaskets, and there's two clips on the other side. Just a firm push back in there, and now we're reinstalled. We just have to install the bolts. Alright, we're going to go ahead and reinstall these bolts. Not super tight, right? Just snug enough to keep the tail light in. And that's it. Alright, taillight's installed. Now if you're swapping out your halogens for an LED or an aftermarket, follow those directions. There's some specific ways that you have to set those up to get them to work on the halogen model if you don't have the LED package already. You may have to go to the dealer to get that turned on, but the process is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I have nothing but confidence that you guys can pull this off in your own driveway. So I know what you're thinking. What happened to the taillight? Great question. I'm glad you asked it. I'm going to answer it for you. So there I was, backing into a parking spot, minding my own business. This palm tree came out of nowhere and just smashed my taillight, ran off. I know it's not nearly as cool as maybe bashing it off a tree, doing some crazy obstacle out in the woods, but I told you on today's episode we're fixing one of Brad's stupid mistakes. These taillights stick out a little bit further than they probably should. I'm a big fan of the design, but they can get in the way. So just be a little cautious, unlike me, when backing up your truck.